विद्वान् यूयोऽधस्मजुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नमोऽग्निं विधेम। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ आयातु वरदे देवी त्रयाक्षरे ब्रह्मवादिनी गायत्री छन्दसा मातः ब्रह्मयोने नमोस्तुते।
आदरणीय डॉक्टर प्रणव पंड्या जी, जो कि आज की इस संध्याकालीन सभा की अध्यक्षता कर रहे हैं, वह यूरोपियन यूनियन के डेलीगेशन के डिप्यूटी हेड मिस्टर पॉवल स्विटल हमारे बीच मौजूद हैं। अ वेरी गुड इवनिंग सिस्टर्स एंड ब्रदर्स ऑफ गायत्री परिवार।
In the beginning presence of Param Pujya Gurudev, the Grand Master and Vandaniya Mataji, we are privileged today on 13th April 2014 to mark the unison of two great cultures where the Indian subcontinent is hosting the European Union representation at Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalaya, located at the lap of Mother Ganga and foothills of Great Himalayas, the abode of God.
We, the entire fraternity of Shantikunj, Brahmavarchas, Gayatri Kunj, and all World Gayatri Pariwar would like to welcome Mr. Pawel Swittel, who have come all the way to inaugurate EU Kinotikas, the European Film Festival 2014 at Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalay. Sisters and brothers, before we proceed further, as we always welcome our guest, I would now like to request His Holiness Adarniya Dr. Pranav Pandya ji to kindly welcome Mr. Pawel Swittel with the traditional mantra chadar and a bouquet of flowers. With warm round of applause, we welcome Mr. Pawel Swittel.
We are indeed honored to host Mr. Swittel, who have come all the way to inaugurate the European Union Film Festival, EU Kinotikas at Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalay, Haridwar. EU Kinotika is a film project that was launched in 2012 by the delegation of the European Union and its member states' embassies in India. Kinotika is a version of the EU Film Festival, EUFF, especially for Indian universities and colleges with the purpose of familiarizing Indian students with European film art, culture and languages. The films are screened in their original languages with English subtitles.
But before we move forward, I think it is time for all of us to respect the Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidyalay's Code of Conduct and Culture, for which now I would like to request all of you to kindly raise up. हम लोग कुल गीत गा के अपने इस विश्वविद्यालय के मूल्यों को अपने अंदर आरोपित करना चाहेंगे। मानवीय उत्थान का जो अनवरत आधार है, देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है।
विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है। देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है। गोद गंगा की हिमालय की मिली छाया से दिव्य वातावरण में पोषित मिली काया से कुल पिता का है बरसता स्नेह संरक्षण यहाँ कर्म की मिलती उन्हीं से प्रेरणा हर क्षण यहाँ कर्म की मिलती उन्हीं से प्रेरणा हर क्षण यहाँ कुल चरण की दिव्य मृदु ममतामयी रसधार है। देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है। देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है यहाँ होता प्रखरतम चेतना का जागरण संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है। देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है। मानवीय उत्थान का जो अनवरत आधार है, मानवीय उत्थान का जो अनवरत आधार है, देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है। देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है। देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय सृजन का द्वार है।
We are indeed privileged to have two cultures coming together today evening at Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalay, Shantikunj, Haridwar. And before we proceed further, I would like to just mention few similarities between two cultures. Greece, which is at the crossroads of Asia and European continents, is actually the cradle of European civilization and follows and have so many similarities between the Indian and the Greek philosophies and mythologies. In fact, जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे we have three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. In Greek philosophy also they call Zeus, Poseidon and Hades as three top gods who run the lives of people. As we believe that gods fight with demons, even Greeks do that. Devtas live in Mount Meru, ऐसा भारतीय संस्कृति में विश्वास है. इसी प्रकार Mount Olympus ग्रीस में ऐसा माना जाता है जहाँ पर वहाँ के देवता निवास करते हैं और असुरों से लड़ाई करते हैं. In Hindu mythology we have gods like Indra, god of sea, god of underworld like Yam. इसी प्रकार वहाँ पर भी जैसे हमारे पास भगवान का एक मैसेंजर है नारद, वैसे वहाँ पर भी ग्रीक फिलॉसफी में भी Hermes is the messenger of God. दोनों संस्कृतियों में बहुत सारी चीज़ें सेम हैं.
Moving on, we would now like to formally proceed further with program, and for that I would like to invite our youth icon who inspires by his action and always carry a spiritual smile and aura on his face, a torchbearer of Yug Nirman movement, Dr. Pranav Pandya, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalay. Please welcome with a warm round of applause.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. In the subtle presence of Param Pujya Gurudev and Param Vandaniya Mataji, I would like to start by greeting those seated on the dais. Chief guest of the ceremony, Dr. Pavel Sutil, our respected, revered, Honorable Chancellor, Vice Chancellor Ji, Registrar Ji, all the members of Dev Sanskrity Pariwar and Pyare Bachcho. First of all, on behalf of Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidyalay, I would like to welcome Dr. Sutil to our home, to our family, to this premises of Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidyalay. Because more than an academic institution, this is a parivar to us, and I am sure that Dr. Sutil would return home feeling part of this family, this parivar. Dr. Sutil, he is the deputy head of the delegation of European Union in India and the minister counselor. And apart from that, he is a highly learned soul, a person who holds the PhD degree in international relations, and he had been working for the Ministry of External Affairs for Czech Republic. Those days it was known as the Czechoslovakia since 1985. He had been ambassador and diplomat to various countries and was also the director of the National Stability Pact, a huge responsibility. It's been a great privilege and honor for us to have you here with us. So really a round of applause for Dr. Sutil. There is a saying, Maharshi Aurobindo said that there are no coincidences in the world of divine. So all the random and unpredictable occurrences of our lives have got a cosmic reason, even if we are unable to see it. And I'm sure that whatever reason brought Dr. Sutil to this campus, he will return finding a new meaning and new connection to this place and this family that we have here in Shantikunj, Haridwar and in the Gayatri Kunj. Today, we have gathered for a special occasion of the inauguration of EU Kinotika's Film Festival, which is the showcasing selected European movies in the selected universities of the world. So it's a great privilege that this European Film Club came to this university while only few universities were selected in India. And these movies are selected by the some European embassies to represent diversity. And what could have been a more fitting place than India to show the unity in diversity? A country with more than 1700 dialects, a country with more than 13 languages, a country with so many cultures, so many countries within the country. And in India, a place like Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalay, a place which is dedicated to global cultural renaissance, a place where we proudly wear it on our shoulders, Sa Prathama Sanskriti Vishwavidhyalaya and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, as our emblem, as our motto statement. And I'm sure that Dr. Switil would shed more light to the concept of the Eukenoticas, so I shall take this opportunity to introduce the concept of Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidhyalay back to you. This place is the educational arm of a moderately large organization called World Gayatri Pariwar, with 110 million members and about 5,000 centers worldwide. It born out of vision of a great visionary, a groundbreaking scholar, Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya ji, who had this vision that the way humanity is living is not accepted by divinity any longer. We cannot continue to live on the basis of hatred and disharmony with each other. So he thought the only way we can change if we change ourselves, and the singular philosophy he had was the individual transformation. Hum badlenge, you badlega. And in the same context, he envisioned an educational institute where apart from education, we can also impart excellence. Where apart from character, we can also impart competence. Where apart from shiksha, we can also give vidya. And with that vision, he established this university, and Honorable Chancellor had brought it forward to make it happen. And now this university proudly stands with offering more than 50 courses, so many disciplines, housing more than 1,500 students. And in that context, now we are hosting the Eukenoticas Film Festival. So I'm sure that this would serve as another proud feather in our head, and in years to come, it would serve as a milestone for us to reach. And with that note, and welcoming Dr. Switil again in our campus, I shall end, and I thank you, all of you, for listening to me so patiently. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sir. जैसा कि आदरणीय चिन्मय भैया ने बताया कि श्री अरविंदो के शब्दों में हर चीज़ के पीछे एक कारण है. There is no coincidence. It is a part of a design process of the divine, and we just have to locate ourselves in this design. Let's move ahead. Now I would like to request another great eminent personality of the governance board of Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidyalay, the Vice Chancellor, who always with a smile on his face and a charismatic aura around him blesses us with his limited words but always words of wisdom. Adarniya Dr. Sukhdev Sharma ji, who is the Vice Chancellor of the University, I once again request all of you to give a warm round of applause to Honorable Sir.
I would like to add my own words of welcome to our distinguished guest for the delegation of European Union to India, Mr. Switil. In fact, it is a great opportunity for Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidhyalaya students and the faculty members to have an idea of what is the best in European countries. The best cinema selected very carefully for students, Indian culture, so that there is a window for our students into the European culture. We know our culture, but then all cultures are basically connected, and that is one opportunity where we will be able to try to establish connections with the films that is being shown, with the culture that will be presented over a period of time to our students, and I'm sure it will be a great benefit for our Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya faculty. In fact, our Vishwavidyalaya, our university is a little different as compared to other universities in the country. Normally other universities, every university basically is aimed to give education. We also provide education, but with the difference that education with human values. Humanity is at the core of our heart and our education system also. So that makes this campus and this university different from other universities. I'm sure this feeling of the spiritual ambience must have been felt by our honorable guest. Atiti Devo Bhava, we say, guest is our God. And therefore, in fact, I had a very little opportunity to have little interaction with Mr. Paul Sittle, and I could see that we were vibrating, our thoughts were vibrating on the same wavelength. And when there are vibrations are of the same wavelength, there is a resonance, and we enjoy, we enter into the arena of bliss. I'm sure we all would experience that feeling. Thank you very much.
Warm thanks to our respected Vice Chancellor, sir, for his words of wisdom. Eukinopticas 2014. Now it's time for premium screening of Happy Day in Lisbon. इस मूवी में ये बताया गया है कि वहाँ के लेस्बियन के लोगों की लाइफस्टाइल किस तरह से है। प्रस्तुत करते हैं आपके समक्ष ये शॉर्ट फिल्म।
आप में से बहुत सारे लोग हम में से ये शायद ना पता कर पाए हों कि एक एनिमेशन मूवी थी। 2.5 मिनट की इस एनिमेशन मूवी को कितना सजीव बना दिया गया। हमारे एनिमेशन के स्टूडेंट्स, आवर एनिमेशन स्टूडेंट्स कैन take note of how detailed animation this thing, because the whole purpose of this festival is not to showcase movies to all of you, is to showcase a culture to all of you, is to showcase learning of the lifestyle of people in the European Union. So try to see all these from that viewpoint, that learning viewpoint, कि कैसे कितना डिटेलिंग में चीज़ों को यहाँ पर दर्शाया जा रहा है, दिखाया जा रहा है। और मैं समझता हूँ इस फिल्म को बनाने वाले और इस फिल्म को हम तक लाने वालों के लिए ज़ोरदार तालियाँ एक बार होनी चाहिए। Guest of honor of the evening, Mr. Pavel Sittle, would like to invite him. Before that, I would like to quote Param Pujya Gurudev's 2-3 important messages about how cinema should play an important and vital role, from being a cheap materialistic entertainment to idealistic and spiritual entertainment, from aimless and money-oriented, money-centered, to thought-provoking and meaningful cinema and piece of art as we just witnessed, from non-significant issue-based to solution-based सिनेमा. बिकॉज गुरुदेव के शब्दों में कहें तो सिनेमा में, चलचित्र में वो एक ताकत है कि मनुष्य के अंतःकरण को वो उठा सकती है. और गुरुदेव ने मीरा, कबीर, रैदास, तुलसीदास, नारद जैसे लोगों का यहाँ पर वर्णन करते हुए अपने वाङ्मय में लिखा है कि कैसे इन लोगों ने भक्ति रस से दुनिया को ऊंचा उठाया. और ये सब चलते फिरते चलचित्र थे, इनका जीवन चलता फिरता एक सिनेमा था जिसको देखते थे लोग और अपना जीवन बदल लेते थे. ऐसे संतों के लिए, परम पूज्य गुरुदेव के लिए, जिनका पूरा जीवन जब हम देखते हैं तो हमारे रोमांच से रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं. एक बार जोरदार तालियां परम पूज्य गुरुदेव के इन विचारों के लिए. Allow me to take the privilege to share with you the credentials of Dr. Pavel Swittel, who is the Minister Counselor, Deputy Head of Delegation of the European Union to India and Bhutan. Mr. Pavel Swittel holds a doctoral degree in international relations, started his professional career at Czechoslovak Ministry of Foreign Affairs in 1985. To his credentials, after he entered into Czech Republic to the European Union in 2004, he became Czech National Coordinator of the Stability Pact for Southeastern Europe and member of the Governing Board of European Agency for Reconstruction. In 2010, Sir came to New Delhi as Deputy Head of the Delegation of the European Union to India and Bhutan. ये जो formal introduction था, beyond this I would like to share, he is a wonderful human being because we have been privileged to spend some time with him since afternoon, and we have learned his deep desire to explore the Indian culture. He has been to Varanasi, took bath in Ganges. Today morning he did rafting in Rishikesh. So he is fond of nature. He loves Indian culture, and as being the single theme of European Union and Indian subcontinent, diversity and unity together, unity and diversity. That's what he lives. He's a living embodiment of that. I would now like to request Mr. Pavel Swittel to kindly come on the dais and bless us with his address on EU Kinotika's 2014 Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalay.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, all the representative of the universities on the dais, and also all students and professors of the campus. I have to say that I'm highly surprised with this participation at this opening of Kinoteka, because usually it's a very small number of students who are really interested in cinema, small number of students that are oriented to spirituality, who are interested in understanding of the others, of the different cultures. And so it's a very beautiful welcome for me here in Haridwar. First, I would like just to explain who I am, because sometimes if you hear that I'm deputy head of the delegation, there is a question. Deputy head of delegation, when are you leaving India? For how long have you been in India? And my answer is, I'm in India already for years, and delegation in European language means embassy. So, but because European Union is something different than the state, something different than just international organization, we are also using different names for very similar things that we know as is India as High Commission or Embassy. So this is just a very short explanation that our purpose and goal of being in India is to support good relations and cooperation between European Union and its member states and India. And Kinoteka is one of the projects that we think that can help us to perform this kind of mission, because it's not just only that we are present with our cultural activities in Delhi Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, and other megacities. But we want to be present in India, and India is not just a Delhi. So this is one reason why we developed, together with our colleagues, this project of Kinoteka, that we come to the cities where we are not every day present with our programs, and where we can share our values, our culture, our feelings, also with other Indian citizens that we appreciate very much. Why we are doing this Kinoteka? Because we feel that we need to promote common understanding of Europe and its values, understanding of the lifestyle in Europe, because today it's very important. It's important not just only for Europe, but it's important for the India. We are not living in the world that is separated on a small units, but we are living today in global world that is interdependent. And this interdependence means that what we are doing in Europe has implications for India and vice versa. So we need to live together because our planet is only one. It's our global planet, and we need to know how to use it. And we need also to find ways how to help each other to use this planet effectively. We call it today sustainable way of life. So that it means that we don't explore all the values today for our generation, but we leave something also for our children, for the next generations, and that we give to the future generation this planet as much as possible unspoiled. And this is very important today, this kind of cooperation, because India is important partner of European Union. It's so-called strategic partner. And you ask me, why strategic? Because European Union is first trading partner of India, and trading partner, you usually hear first trading partner, China, United States, but they don't count European Union as one entity. European Union represents 500 million citizens. It means it's practically something less than half of India. So after China and India, it's the most populous entity in the world, and is the biggest economy in the world. It's a very important educational hub, research and innovation, and from these all points, it's for us very important to cooperate, because we have to challenge a lot of common problems. If I take issues of security, they are not linked to specific country. Terrorism, terror doesn't know the boundaries. Piracy in Indian Ocean, who can fight it? It cannot be just one nation. We need to work together. Also, we have not just, now we are moving, you have IT there, so they understand this space of internet, the digital space, where you have a lot of dangers. You have also the cybercrime that is being developed now. And it's another area where we need to cooperate, because you can attack India from European territory, you can attack from China, from inside India, and also from anywhere in the world you can attack European Union member states. So we need more and more cooperation. The same is true about the economy. Economy, if Europe is growing, it's very advantageous for India. And also, if India will grow, it will be definitely the best for the rest of the world, because India is taking care about 1/5 of the world's population. If this 1/5 of the population can live in peace and prosperity, I would say that this is the best gift of India to the world and to the global governance. And these are the things that we need to try promote. We discussed this afternoon the changing weather patterns here in Haridwar, and it's evident that climate change, environmental changes, pollution, they don't know barriers, and there are no frontiers you can establish for the air, for the water. We will need clean water. Our future generations will need clean water. So this is everything where we need to cooperate more and more, that we understand each other. On the other hand, it's not just about the cooperation, but it's also about the opportunities that European Union offers to the students, to the teachers, researchers, because European Union is not a place where to go for a trip, to spend the holidays. It's also a place where you can go and study. It's a place for education. We have now developed from 2014 new program that is called Erasmus+, which provides scholarships for students. We have a special program for researchers, Marie Curie, that provides scholarships and support for researchers. We have new scientific and research program, Horizon 2020, to support joint research. We have another programs to support cooperation. But what is the most important is to bring this message and understand that there are opportunities among us. And how to understand, we think it is the best way, is to know something about the other partner. So we have selected, we have got these 10 films that give you some kind of idea what is Europe, how the people in Europe live, what are their problems. Sometimes even seeing this film, for somebody it can mean that he will discover the idea, what will be my business, what the Europeans need, what I can provide them. Because today, with sitting with notebook here in Haridwar, you can easily do the business anywhere in the world in principle. Thanks to internet, you can provide your services, you can sell your goods, sell your ideas, and you see so many today very successful yoga platforms providing advice on yoga. I have even feeling that more people today are doing yoga abroad than in India. It's a strange, but there are also in this area a lot of field for research. I just discussed the concept of mantras. Then, because somebody was telling me, you need to think mantra in Sanskrit, otherwise you will not have the effect on your body and mind. And I was saying, but how? If I'm singing mantra, Om Bhu Bhuvah Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam, if I don't understand the meaning, what will bring me the repetition? And so it was a kind of discussion that sometimes it's about how we can, let's say, translate maybe some mantras. Is it possible or not with the same? How to bring the same spirit? Because if I bring it, for instance, on the example of Christianity, Christianity was born as Latin. Till 10th century, it was taught in Latin. Nobody understood it. and then they translated all liturgy or the proceedings in church into native language. I think the same happened here in Kerala, and only after that they developed the understanding of the religion. So I'm not saying that this is a religion, but importance of understanding is very high. So this is why we are bringing here the Kinoteka, to bring the understanding that can lead to further cooperation. And I would like to ask you to watch these films with spiritual readiness for difference. If we Europeans come to India, we are very often surprised seeing Naga sadhus, but no Indians are taking it as something unnatural. But we have some other phenomena in Europe that we consider normal, but foreigners sometimes know. So please take it that you can see something that for Indian society may be not such a natural, but for Europe it's a different tradition, different spirit. So take it like that and rather enjoy the film, and do not take it as promotion of some values that are not compatible with yours and so on. It's about understanding. When you come to Europe next time, you will not be surprised how we are living. So this is just a short opening. I see that I am over the time, and because you are very precise with your timing, I would like to thank you for coming. I would like to wish you that you enjoy this film festival, and tomorrow, as far as I understand, I will see maybe some of you during a short talk about the European Union and some question and answer session. Thank you. Carry on.
निश्चित रूप से ये यात्रा हमें ये सिखाने वाली है। आइए अब अगले चरण में प्रवेश करते हैं।
आज के इस संध्याकालीन उद्घाटन समारोह की अध्यक्षता कर रहे हमारे परम श्रद्धेय, जो स्वयं भारतीय संस्कृति के एक वेल नोन एम्बेसडर है, लिविंग एग्जाम्पल फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, परम श्रद्धेय डॉक्टर साहब सरेंडर्ड हिज लाइफ टू पूज्य गुरुदेव एट एन यंग एज, लीविंग द अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू मूव टू अब्रॉड एज डॉक्टर. As a disciple of Gurudev, learned from him and own become a culture messenger of the global family. We would like to request His Holiness Honorable Chancellor Sir Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidyalaya to kindly shower his blessings upon all of us with his presidential keynote. Let us welcome the maestro with a warm round of applause.
As Dr. Pavel Swittel has already said, that the meaning of the mantra has to be conveyed with the mantra recitation. I'll just convey the meaning. We humbly offer our pranams, our respects to our Guru. And Guru is the almighty power. So because of him we exist. It is all his power that he has brought us to this level. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurureva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Akhand Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Matravat Lalayatri Cha Pitravat Margadarshika Namostu Guru Sattaye Shraddha Pragya Yutachaya Shraddha Pragya Yutachaya. Seated amongst us, the chief guest of today, Dr. Pavel Swittel, who happens to be a minister counselor and a person from such a big background of international relations from European Union. We welcome you in Haridwar, India. By heart we welcome you. Cordial welcome to you, sir. Dr. Pavel Swittel, Shri Vice Chancellor Sahib Sukhdev Sharma ji, our Registrar Shri Sandeep ji, our Pro Vice Chancellor Chinmay, and all the faculty members, all the brothers and sisters, all the children of mine, all students of this university, all who are present here, boys and girls. This is a very rare opportunity that a film festival is being organized in this particular university. We have got this auditorium since last three years, but this is for the first time that we will be organizing this type of festival. And the credit goes to Dr. Swittle, who has brought us this opportunity, and I appreciate your efforts to bring Europe close to European Union, close to India. You are very right in saying that, sir, that the film which I saw, it reminded me of my trip to Lisbon in 1994, 95, and then again in 2003, 2004. So it reminded me of my trip to Lisbon, and it reminded me of the various countries of Europe which I have visited. Me and Chinmay both have visited almost all countries of Europe. So we are very well versed with the culture of the Europe, and we know that a lot of things are common as far as culture is concerned amongst India and Europe. And it is very good to bring both the cultures, their values, their qualities together. This will benefit our students because they will find an educational hub in the form of European Union. And as we know that a lot of changes have happened to the Europe lately in last about 12 years of the 20th century. We had perestroika and glasnost, and then there was European Union was a little bit break in the Eastern Europe, where there were a lot of countries were separated from the lobby of the Russia, I will say USSR. And then we had a lot of rifts in the Yugoslavia, and there was Serbia, and all these countries were formed. So we could see a lot of changes happening, political changes and cultural changes happening. And as we have been, me and my son both have been watching movies, whenever we get time, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So we both of us keep on discussing very fondly. And my daughter-in-law also, she is very fond of all these things. So we very closely, if we get time in the evening, sometimes 15 to 20 minutes, we discuss about the culture of the various countries, including USA, including USSR, including the Japan, China, and the European Union. So definitely this thing has brought Indian cinema and European cinema, both will be closely working together in this particular campus, and these boys and girls will get an opportunity to witness what is happening in the other countries, what is happening in many of them are from various backgrounds. They are from rural backgrounds. They are from various urban, semi-urban areas, very close to big cities, but they have not been able to witness the films from European Union. So they will get an opportunity. This particular opportunity has been given to you given to us by you. Thank you very much for bringing this platform to us. We invite you, we ask you to invite us to show Indian films in your European Union. Once we get an opportunity, we'll show you what Indian cinema is. Indian cinema is revolutionary. It has brought a lot of change in the mindset of the people. The whole mass who is seated here, they have seen Czechoslovakia. They have seen Czechoslovakia in a movie known as Rockstar. Rockstar was an Indian movie. I think you must have seen it. And the Prague, which has been displayed in that, it reminded me of my visit to Czechoslovakia. And definitely, if Indian cinema goes there, definitely there will be a cultural exchange between the two countries, two cultures, two value-based cultures of European Union and India. As you have said, India has never been aggressor. India has never attacked any other country. There have been a lot of changes. You can see the Crimea being taken in Gulf of the Russia right now, and a lot of changes happening in Ukraine, which is a part of Europe, which is Eurasia, you can call it, Eurasia. But European Union as such is a very sound economical body as well as cultural body. I consider European Union, including all the countries which are the members of the European Union, as the very sound economy of the whole world. Joined together with India's economy, which is the one-third economy of the whole world, I think both of us can work together to bring changes in the people's lives through cinema and through various teachings by the universities, by the students, by the ambassadors. These are all going to become ambassadors of our culture. And this culture will not be limited to India. It will be Sa Prathama Sanskrity Vishwara. It is the world culture, global culture, which will be reflected to the values. As you told about the problems which are happening in the world today, you talked about climate change, you talked about water crisis, that there is going to be water crisis, there is going to be crisis of the power, the energy, and ultimately we all have to sort it out. It is not limited to one country. It is all limitless. And you cannot keep on shouting on other countries that you are creating the global warming and we are suffering it. You cannot say like that now, because now you are living in a global world and you are netizen. You are not even citizen. You are netizen, global citizen of the global netizen of the whole world. So looking to that, we all should try to think globally, act locally. We should start thinking globally. If we start thinking globally, then definitely when we work locally, that global concept will always be there. And that particular thing is particularly very important in today's perspective, because we are living in 21st century, 2014, a very important year in Indian scripture, Indian calendar. This is supposed to be one of the very important year, 2014. Next 12 years are going to bring lot of changes in the physique of the person, physiology of the people, working pattern of the person, and basically the thinking of the people, the philosophy of the people. And there are going to be a lot of changes in the political setup of the whole world, and goodness will prevail, and lot of intermingling of the countries will happen. The values will happen in next 12 years. This is what my Guru has written, my Guru Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya, and I feel that the next 12 years are going to decide the destiny of the 21st century. आने वाले 12 साल इस 21वीं सदी का भविष्य तय करेंगे, और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि उसमें हमारी और यूरोप की दोनों की कंबाइंड भूमिका बहुत अच्छी होगी. I hope that we and Europe combined together will play an important role in bringing the change. If we change ourselves, the whole world will change. हम बदलेंगे, युग बदलेगा. The change starts from ourselves, and this change is being brought by 110 million people of this Gayatri Pariwar. I hope that by being here, you will definitely realize that this particular concept of being together, living together, breathing together, and the breathing in this particular atmosphere of the very beautiful landscaped university. The credit goes to the workers here. I don't see the gentleman. There is one gentleman who is seated near you. I think he can rise up, Gyan Mishra ji. He is responsible for the beauty and the greenery of this particular campus. And I think this beauty and greenery should be inside also. And this inside greenery is being brought by Param Puja Gurudev Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya, and this particular thing will be spread by our ambassadors. हमारे जो दूत हैं, हमारे बच्चे हमारे दूत हैं. I think the values which are being spread through these particular children, they people are traveling to various parts of the country. Now we are trying to internationally exchange with the other countries also, and we are trying to see that our people go abroad and spread disseminate the values. You said about yoga. I want to say that this particular university is teaching 5 disciplines in yoga, and there are more than the wait listing is more than what we have the seats, and definitely each discipline has 25 to 30 seats, and we have disseminated this yoga like anything all over the country. Our institute is known as the premier institute in the field of yoga, this particular university. And as far as I think, the yoga unites all of us, Europe and European Union and all of us. Union means yoga. Union means yoga. Yunjante iti yoga. In Sanskrit we call it Yunjante Yoga. So European Union, European Yoga. Let us have European Yoga and Indian Yoga together. Let us all combine together. I thank you very much for being here. Tomorrow I'm going to Australia for a big program congregation. So today it was a good opportunity to have a meeting with you and knowing about you, that you know about a lot about India and a lot about Indian philosophy. And as you said about the mantras and their meaning, just one word I want to say. There should be a meaning of the mantra which should be understood, and then you should recite the mantra. Then only the mantra will carry the value. You were very right in saying that. As you were saying about Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. There are three aspects in that. Tatsaviturvarenyam, that sun god should invoke in me the brilliance and radiance. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. I adopt those virtues of the God which are there. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Let Almighty illuminate our intellect to righteous path. This is what is the meaning. Once we start having this meaning, and Om Bhurvasva means God exists in all planes, everywhere, up in the heaven, here, and if you feel that there is hell also there also God exists. God is everywhere, surrounding us. And to that God we pray that let our intellect go on the right path. This is what is the meaning. Once you understand the meaning, then you recite the mantra, then mantra will have the influence. I congratulate you, and I'll request you to come on this stage for the felicitation ceremony, to close the ceremony. Before closing the ceremony, we'll have felicitations.
The unveiling of the souvenir, I think the applause should continue to happen. Grand opening of EU Kinotika's European Film Festival 2014, Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidhyalay, Shantikunj, Haridwar. Privileged to host this European Union Film Festival, and as a token of appreciation to Mr. Swittle, we would now like to request Honorable Chancellor Sir to kindly offer him with the memento of Dev Sanskrity Vishwavidyalay, an epitome, an abode of Shiksha and Vidya, and Gurudev's literature, of course, which has been the guiding force behind all of our actions. A warm round of applause, sisters and brothers. Thanks for joining